Okay, so down there is the 6300 BTU Emerson Kool. And if you've been watching my videos, you'll know that that fan motor in that air conditioner has a bad bearing, and it makes a really annoying rumbling sound when it's running. So today I'm going to get it out from underneath all these other air conditioners, take it over to the workbench, and start disassembling it because I think I have a motor that I can use in it from another air conditioner. I have that 12,300 BTU Kenmore air conditioner that's in the garage, and it has a problem with its compressor. It draws like 18 amps, I think is what I was topping out at. So yeah, I don't know if there's like a coil blockage or the compressor itself is bad, but it draws way too much current. So I'll be taking the fan motor out of that, and it should fit in here. It's definitely deeper, but I think it's the same diameter, so it should work. I cleared some space on my dirty workbench. Yes, this is actually what it looks like when I consider it to be clean. And here we are on the workbench. Again, this is a 6300 BTU Emerson Kool. It's got a Matsushita rotary compressor, which I think are excellent compressors. You can sort of see it. Only problem with this unit is the fan motor, which I'm hoping we'll be able to fix this time and not have this be a repeat of the last few times I tried to fix it. I did put on new side panels, but unfortunately they're just the type that stick to the air conditioners. They don't really work very well. I'm gonna, get some that I can just screw in to the case, because this sucks. And I might be able to actually screw into the case with these, but I don't know. We'll see. I'm not gonna worry about that right now. Alright, cover's off. It just snaps on. You can see these slots, 2 on each side. And it's pretty clean inside, because I cleaned it, but let's start undoing these bolts. I got a 1/4-inch nut driver on my little power screwdriver here. And then I only use this one to take the screws out. I use this one to put them back in because you can set the torque so it doesn't over tighten them. So these are both pretty nice to have. Yep. Top piece is off that holds it against the window. 4 screws holding it in. And now it's just a whole bunch of other screws on the top as well. And I don't know if there's any on the back. Yeah, there's one up here, I can feel it. And I don't think I have to take the bottom one off. Yep, there's one up there too. Alright, so only the top ones have to come off in the back. The bottom ones are just if you're taking off this metal guard, which I'm not. So there's the motor. It looks like a Westinghouse motor, but I've also seen these branded as A.O. Smith. And like I said, it goes further back, but I think it's the same diameter as that motor that's on the one in the garage. The motor that's on the air conditioner in the garage is a GE motor. And, obviously I can cut off, if the shaft is too long coming out the back of the motor, I can cut part of it off so it fits in this air conditioner. So I might have to get a little bit creative with certain things, but I think this is doable. Here's the big old Kenmore air conditioner, and there is the General Electric fan motor. I'm going to see how wide it is and see if it's going to fit. Okay, so the diameter is the same. Obviously the other one's deeper, but the only thing that I'm worried about right now is the way that the motor bolts up to the air conditioner, because you can see with this one, the bolts are going through this half of the motor housing. On that GE motor that was out on that air conditioner, there were brackets on it, and the bolts went through those brackets. So I'd have to do a bit of customization, but I don't think that's a big deal. And yeah, I like this air conditioner a lot, so that's why I'm doing this project. And I might have to get a different value capacitor. I think I have a new one for that Kenmore that I never put in because it's screwed up. Or I at least tested it, but yeah. So the fan motor on that big old Kenmore has a 7.5 microfarad rating for the capacitor, and this one can't really see it. Let me get a light and look in there. Alright, so I will actually be able to use this new capacitor in this air conditioner because the fan side of this capacitor is rated at 5 microfarads, so I'll need to use this one that's got the 7.5 microfarad rating, but the compressor is the same. It's 35 microfarad on this one and 35 on this one as well, so that's good. It means I don't have to buy any new parts. So yeah, I'm going to start taking this apart a little more, and then I might go outside and dismantle that one as well, and maybe we can get this project done quicker than I thought. Okay, the blower wheel is out and the motor is sort of dismounted. Now I just have to take these nuts off of here, and then the motor will be free from this plate. And then I'll cut the wires and we'll be done with this thing. Now the only thing holding this motor here is the wires. And yeah, I'm pretty sure this is a Westinghouse because it looks exactly like one. Brought some tools out here. So I'm going to cut the wires and disconnect this motor. Gotta take the fans off first. Alright, I took this plastic cover off. This is basically an air chamber for the condenser coil, and now I can take off the fan. Pretty sure I'm going to have to grind off part of that shaft because that's pretty long. And of course it's a hex screw in there, so I have to go find the correct bit. I have made some progress. Got this thing out, the blower chamber. That was kind of a pain because the bolts are really hard to get to that were holding it in place. Got the blower wheel off. It's held on by this little clip or clamp. And yeah, now I can start unbolting the motor. I did take the screw out of the rear fan, but that one's being kind of difficult. Oh, I just noticed there's a clip here too. Hang on a second, let me get my flashlight so you can see that. So yeah, in addition, well no, actually no, that's the same thing, never mind. But yeah, work on getting that off as soon as I get this motor out of here, because I don't think that's gonna really clear that anyway. So, and there is the prize. Finally got that motor out of there. It is, like I said, a GE 1.4 amps, and it's a 1/10 horsepower motor, and it's got these little caps right here which are for the oil ports, I'm pretty sure. And here is the old Kenmore ready to be scrapped or sold for parts or whatever, because yeah, it's not, definitely had some major problems. So I had a little bit of a problem here. As you can see, this motor rotates counterclockwise if we're looking at it from the front, and that one rotates clockwise looking at it from the front. So cannot use the blower wheel or the fan that was in the Emerson Quiet Cool. I have to use the blower wheel from that Kenmore in the garage as well as the fan, and luckily the fan and the blower wheel are both exactly the same size as the original, so this will work just fine. Got my big jar of wire nuts here. This is what I'm going to use today. I'll probably change this eventually, but I just want to test this out. And the motor with the crappy bearings is out. Wires are cut, no going back now. We got a wiring diagram on there, so I'll be able to see the proper wire colors for the different speeds. be able to hook them up to this without a problem. So yeah. So just like I thought, the rear output shaft is too long. I'm going to cut it off probably right about there. So I got my angle grinder out with the cutoff wheel on it, so I should make quick work of this. Alright, it has been cut. The edges were pretty jagged, so I sanded it down a little bit, and now it should be ready to go in here. So it definitely fits in here. Only problem is it's still a little too close to the condenser because this thing sits a little further back, because that's just how these brackets are, and this motor is deeper anyway, so I'm going to have to cut that off some more. Alright, I cut a little bit more off. That's looking better. We got more room now, so we'll try that out. I'm going to start drilling new holes and stuff. Alright, the motor is in place. Got it all bolted up. It's probably not perfectly centered, but you know what, it'll work fine. So now I'm going to hook this ground wire up, and I'm going to start putting this back together. And of course, most important thing right now is to wire it back up. Okay, we're all wired up. It's grounded. Time for the moment of truth. I'll turn the temperature to fan only. Is the circuit blown? Hang on a second. My mistake, the fan actually was running, it was just super quiet, so let me go ahead and turn it on. There's high. Running nice and smooth. Medium. And low. Gonna see how it does with this capacitor that's on here already. Seems to be running fine. And put the fan blades on. Here's our amp draw with the fan motor on high without a load on it. Pretty efficient. Alright, so I just found out that that rotation arrow is incorrect. It actually does spin clockwise, so I can use the original blower wheel and fan on this thing, because I put the one on that was on that air conditioner and wasn't getting any difference in speeds, hardly any airflow, and that's because the fans are on, the fans are not working properly because it's not spinning the way it's supposed to. So that's kind of weird, but I guess we'll see how this works when I put the original fans and blower wheel on for this air conditioner. Alright, the original blower wheel and condenser fan are back on. I did try the new capacitor, and there was hardly any difference in fan speed at all with this thing. So I just hooked up the original capacitor again. I never actually took it out of place. It's kind of glued in place. And there's a little bit of a difference in fan speed now, so that's good. Let's start up on high. Nice and quiet. It's medium and low. It's a little bit quieter. But yeah, there's not much of a difference with this big motor. It's definitely underloaded. It's very weird that it doesn't spin the way it says it's supposed to. Don't know what's up with that. I'm thinking that's probably why that air conditioner, that Kenmore, got screwed up, because the fan wasn't spinning in the right direction for it. Obviously this was a factory defect or whatever. They put this motor together wrong, and yeah, that one wasn't getting any airflow through it, and it screwed up the compressor, so it's gonna get used in this air conditioner though, so that's good. I had to re-drill the holes for these a whole bunch of times because the fan was hitting the bottom of it for a while. couldn't get that right, and then now it's fine, but yeah, I could not get it centered properly, so I had to re-drill a whole bunch of times, and now it's pretty well centered, so it's running fine. So I'll put it back together except for the side panels. But I got it plugged in. I ended up putting the bigger capacitor in there anyway, just because I thought the fan was running a little bit too slow with this. So now it's got the correct value in it. Got it on fan only. Let's start up on high. Nice and quiet. Yeah, there was a little bit of a rumble there. I don't know what that was, but yeah, it's running nice and quiet now. Medium. And low. So let's start the compressor. Love that sound. Makes me wish it was still summer. And here it is a few minutes later. Compressor sounds great. It's blowing nice cold air and the fan is quiet. So I'm finally happy with the way this unit is running. Alright, that's it for this one. Thanks for watching.